Hello there. This is Alashia Omu. It's wonderful having people here. Let me just see. I hope I've got the right angle. Wonderful having you guys here. Right. In this video, I'm going to be talking about spell. The kind of spell that I've been talking about is magic spell. I mean, as in when you talk about someone being under a curse and stuff like that, and I'm just going to touch base on the signs, types, and whatnot, and also solutions way we can protect ourselves, or if you're already under one, how you can sort of cleanse yourself. Obviously, when you talk about these spells or psychic attacks and whatnot, they are of different levels. You see, so if you are on low levels, so you would have some certain amount cleansing. Hopefully, you wouldn't have to do a lot before you have it removed, and then you can protect yourself. But if you are on the medium one, obviously the scale is going higher. And then if you're on a high level, now that those are the big massive one that you will need something equally heavy to take it off you. And obviously the best thing then after that would be for you to put something in place in form of protection. So wonderful having you guys here. The kind of magic spell I'm talking about here, when someone is under a magic spell, it means they are affected by magic. Typically, a spell, I'm going to break that down, incantation or charms or influences that, this stuff we're talking about, which in most cases would influence their action, their physical states, even their thoughts, because I mean, as we go on later on in the video, I will cite a few examples, and then you can see that there's some of them that if you're going through them, for people that are that are not into this, they might be confused at first. Some would sort of they might not even know what's happening. Probably things would have gone downhill before they can sort of put their hand to it, or maybe it will be relative or people that are closer to them that would notice a change in their behavior or persona and whatnot. Anyway, as I was saying, it suggests loss of control over one's own volition. You don't stuff that you would it's almost as if someone has got remote control for your life. In most cases, stuff that person is, whatever it is they are doing, you can't say it's them, per se. I'll start an example of when, a long time ago, this happens to me. Wonderful having you guys here, Mr. Fasasi. Lovely having you guys here, beautiful people. So I was saying here, the first example I'm going to cite in this video, it's the one where where someone has put a curse on you. This sort of spell is designed to cause harm or to control you, or even death. Because when the sort of incantation, the words they're going to be using when they are saying these curses, some may even mention that you passed on and stuff like that. I don't want to use negative language in my videos, but I believe you guys can sort of understand what I'm trying to say there. The second one I'm going to mention here is the kind of illusion. These illusion spells, it's spells that create the appearance of something that is not actually there. You see, it would mimic a feeling, a particular feeling of something that's not actually there. Example of that would be if someone put a love spell on you, which romance spell. Now, when this hits you, if you are not protected, when he hits you, what, Mr. Oh, hello there. I could see wonderful people here. Lovely having you, beautiful people. So in this video, we're going to be talking, as I was saying earlier on, we're talking about spells. I could see my Yoruba sisters there. Wonderful having you guys here. You know, as I was saying earlier on, this illusion spell, it will mimic a feeling. The example that we cite here, it will be like a love spell or romance spell. That is when somebody put a love spell on you. Most cases when they put this spell on you is to exploit you one way or the other, because when you start to have this feeling of love for this person, the only thing is you are the only one that's having that feeling. Whoever is putting that spell on you, they don't feel it. You know, so for you example, you start to feel, oh my God, this is the love of my life. Oh my God, I've never seen this kind of love in my life. Oh, wonderful. Oh my God, you know, you think that's it. You know, but it's actually a spell. But the sad part is, I mean, it's always wonderful when two people are in love and the scale is balanced, i.e. you have 50-50 kind of love. But when it's a 90-10 or 95-5, then it's one-sided, isn't it? So one side is going to suffer, obviously. So, and in most cases, when you look at this romance, marriage scam, all over the place, women could be the one that are doing it to a man. It could be a man that will do it to a woman. Obviously, that's how it works out. But the purpose of that, it is a means for them to exploit that person, to get something from that person. Obviously, because when you start to have this feeling of fake love that you think you are feeling, and you are the only one that's feeling it, I want feeling, got on feeling, I want run. You see, you are the only one that's feeling that love. That's, oh my God, my knight and shining armor is, oh my you know, my wife is here from planet Mars or whatever, you know. But you are the only one that's feeling that love, and so the point is they want to use that to control you, because you are a lot easier from when you start to have that feeling of love, that when you don't see the person you cannot sleep, when they are not around you, you can't function. When you know, you don't see them for you know, some cases, you know, few hours at a time, where you can't talk to them on the phone, you are almost like losing it. It's almost as if something bad is going to happen, you know. So obviously that's not normal. But so in that case, that's whoever that's put that spell on you, that's exactly how they want you to feel. Because when you eventually get them, on the phone, or maybe you see them physically, whatever it is they want you to do for them, you will oblige. You'll be so happy, you'll be eager to please them. Because obviously this is somebody that you have this feeling of love for. Oh my God, you know, oh well, if I don't see him, you can't sleep, you can't eat. You know, it's really bad in some you know, serious cases that I've seen. You see that you know, sometimes, you know, if the person threatens they're going to leave them, they might start to consider, you know, suicide. You know, if you leave me, they can't live by themselves, they can't survive what, you know, it could be serious. You see, so in this sort of, that's an example of it's an illusion. That's why it's an illusion spell. The only person that's feeling it is the person that they targeted. Whoever is put that on you, they don't have that feeling for you. In fact, they do not give a damn about you. You see, you as far as they're concerned, is whatever it is they want to use to exploit from you. It could be sex. You just, maybe you're proving too tough or too difficult to date, or they, you know, or maybe it could be money. You see, you know. But once that kick off in you, once they've applied the spell on you, and you actually, you know, it kick off in you, then you'll be as soft as a sponge. You know, you'll be easy to control. Whatever it is they want you to do, whatever for them, you'll be more than happy to do. Whatever it is they want to take from you, in some cases you're probably going to beg them to come and take it, because the state you're going to be at that point in time, you don't own yourself anymore. You see, so that's one example. The third one I'm going to mention here, I'm not going to go all the way. I'm just going to mention few. If this applies to you, if it resonates with you somewhere, try and do research and see the one that fits in the way you are feeling. If you start to feel, unlike yourself, then you should think at least the brain will still work at some point. That hold on a second, why all this jittery, why all this restlessness, why is it all of a sudden if I don't see this person, you cannot settle down, or or maybe some stuff, bad luck is starting to happen. You would notice the changes. It could be subtle changes, but if you look carefully, you can still sense it. You can see them there. And so from when that's when you can start to sort of suspect that you're not feeling your normal self, then that's when you want to start to do something about it. You don't want to leave it for too long, so they don't turn to something more serious. I think the third one I'm going to talk about is jinxes. This sort of spell is designed to cause temporary misfortune or inconveniences. So it could be there's somebody that wants you to lose your job or something like that. Obviously maybe they don't want you to die, but what's the point of you being alive when you cannot function 100%? You see, so so it's equally as bad. But then so the next one I'm going to mention here is healing. Healing also is you have obviously that's a positive one. That's a positive spell. Healing in the sense spell that restores health and vitality to a person or object. An example of that would be maybe you have a loved one that they're not feeling well, they're sick or something, and you don't live near them. Maybe you live in another country, even another continent, but you still want to help them in their healing process. So in that case, you could sort of use like a candle healing magic. It's a form of spell also. So in that sense, you might use blue candle. Someone that lives maybe somewhere in Gibraltar and you are all the way in England here, like me, or you are in the USA, or you are in Africa, your loved one is somewhere in India, but they're not feeling well, and you can't, your situation is such that you can't be with them at that point in time, but you still want to do the best that you can, so in this case, they might use a healing spell, that is healing energy sent to that person spiritually, so in that cases you might, obviously you can use prayer also is part of it. If you pray for somebody, they don't have to be beside you, they don't have to be around you right there, it doesn't matter how far away they are from you. All what that matters is your intention, and and the energy that you want to send to them, which is in this case energy of healing. So you can use, you can just say a prayer to them. You can do candle healing. In most cases you can use white candle, you can use blue candle, all those are for healing. So that and so on and so forth. So that obviously that's a positive spell you do for people. And the last one I'm going to mention for the purpose of this video is a divination spell. This sort of spell is like gaining information or knowledge through magic. Obviously you want to find out something. It could be about yourself, it could be you want to do divination for people. It could be Ifa, for example, is a form of divination spell. You could use pendulum, you can use cowrie. There are different ways of divination, and some people use tarot cards, you see. And so that is it's a spell because they're trying to get information or knowledge through magic, So it's not something what they are trying to tap into is not tangible. It's not something you can see or you can touch, but it's still there anyway, nonetheless. So in that case, so obviously that's positive. It depends on what they want to use that divination for. Maybe if they want to, get information to help somebody, or some people may not want to use it in a positive sense, i.e. they want to use it to get information about somebody that was not even aware that somebody is doing divination on them. So like I said earlier on, I'm only just going to mention few example of spells in this video. Please guys, if you feel free to do more research, If you go on internet these days, almost materials are there, they're endless. And if there's any part of it you want to ask any question about, or you want to more clarity, you can WhatsApp me. That is that about the types. The next, I'm going to move on to the signs, the symptoms you probably be feeling when you're under these spells. Obviously, you're talking about the one that the are positive one, the negative one, whereby maybe somebody put like a curse on you, or it's a jinx on you, or a spell of love that you don't want, something that they put that on you to, is a sort of way to control you. So this, I'm just like in this section also, I'm only just going to mention few examples. Feel free to do your research. Number one is they might start to feel poor mental health. That could be when you're talking about symptoms of anxiety, suddenly feeling fearful for no apparent reason. There's nothing around you that's happened that warrants you to all of a sudden be afraid in your mind, or you start to have this feeling of anxiety, as if something bad is happening or something's going to happen, or this sudden feeling of depression. You just feel low, for no reason, weeks before that, or even days, or the day before, even in a couple of hours, you probably nothing was wrong. All of a sudden, you just have this feeling of just feeling fearful, or feeling depressed. And sometimes some people, they've complained of being suicidal. Also, idea can be connected to black magic. Victims separate themselves from friends and loved ones, and increasing isolation. Obviously, that's what I believe I mentioned that earlier on at the beginning of this video, because for a layperson, someone that's not familiar with magic, if you suddenly start to have all this feeling, it could be it's confusing. It could be scary also, because obviously you're thinking to yourself, why are you feeling like this? Hopefully you are not losing it, because you are afraid. There's nothing around you to make you to be afraid. You suddenly felt depressed. It wasn't as if you received any bad news from anywhere. Everything seems to be okay, but suddenly you just feel depressed. So most people, if they are new on this path, i.e. talking about magic spell, they might not feel comfortable discussing that with just anyone, because they probably will be thinking, people will be thinking, what will people think? They might think you're losing it. Maybe they might think you're running mad or something. So most cases, people, they might not want to tell anyone. In that case, they're going to isolate themselves, which will only make the situation worse. You see. So, a lot of people, they mention that a lot. Obviously, there could be other alternative medical causes for the symptoms they are feeling, like I said earlier on. So obviously, the first thing they might want to do is to seek medical advice, but it's when they exhaust that area and the situation persists, then they might want to look into magic, i.e. someone will put a curse or something on them, so in that sense it becomes spiritual. You see, the second one is when some people start to interfere, bad luck. This can interfere with the person's luck and accomplishment in their day-to-day life. You might just feel extra unlucky, or that you never succeed no matter how hard you try. You see, so this could be in the sense that stuff that you used to do before, that stuff will work out normally, because you would have put enough effort in. You are work towards that goal. You would have put all your whatever is that you have put into it, your energy and whatnot, and for whatever reason, still things are just stagnant. Goals where people don't want to see stuff that you expect to come through, they're somehow all just delayed, or you never even arriving in the first place. So in that sense, you might want to look into maybe this is something to do with magic spell. It's an area. There's nothing bad in it. If you look in that area and if it's there, then it's I mean obviously the earlier you attend to that, i.e. you remove whatever it is, because it's possible. You remove whatever it is they put on you, and then you cleanse yourself, and then you charge yourself back, do look now, whatever, and then protect yourself. So but the earlier you want to notice, you want to observe what's the word I'm looking for here, that because the quicker you notice that you take action. Yeah, I think that's the word I was looking for there. Also, there could be some physical signs here. People they have mentioned headache, a random headache from nowhere. All of a sudden, they have this pounding headache, but for or their ears are echoing, for no reason, and then you will stop. It's maybe something that this never happened to you before, So many victims of black magic have reported getting random, unexplainable headache throughout the day. That's what I said earlier. They attribute this headache to a spell that someone has placed on them. So this headache thing is a popular one that you obviously there could be other causes of the reason why you have the headache. That's why I said there could be alternative medical cause of the reason you're having this headache. So that's why you want to seek medical advice, so that you can rule that out. And then once you've done that and the headache persists, or whatever the symptoms you're feeling continues, then that is in that sense you want to look into the spiritual aspect of it. 1 second, guys. I'm just going to have something to do. Thank you. 1 second, my beautiful people. Wonderful having you guys here. I want to. So, like I said earlier, also, only John come in low it could be there could be other reason. Hello there, I could see Mrs. Shade Adeli. Wonderful having you, beautiful people here. I want you have me to do. So as I was saying there, I know the last symptoms I'm going to mention here, it could be nightmares, allow rishi, random scary dreams, or nightmares from nowhere. You wake up, they as vivid, as if they happen just now. You could feel it. Sometimes you might even feel the sign on you, or it's something like that. So like nightmares, psychic attack. Some people believe that black magic causes them to plagued with terrifying dreams. Now, some people they've seen cases where they've been attacked by snake, scorpion. Some mention a masquerade is chasing them, blah blah blah, and so on. Some it could be sexual. Some could be eaten in dreams. All of this is a sort of a spell, black magic. Somebody trying to harm you, one way or the other, and then obviously because they are coward, because whatever it is, they're meant to come to you physically. Then maybe people can get involved. You can report them to the police and whatnot. But obviously they are trying to do in isolation. So and the reason why most of the time they do that is because most of the time the people that they're experiencing this thing, especially if they are new on this path, it's like I said earlier on, some of them they might have a feeling of confusion, they fearfulness, they're trying to make sense of what's happening to them. Is it their imagination, or maybe it's just dream, Jerry? Don't let me stress myself about it. It's just a dream. Well, and some people may not see it like that. Obviously, they might try to understand that, okay, this dream here that I'm seeing here, whatever it is that I'm seeing, or whoever is attacking, what's their purpose? Who could be doing this to me? How can I stop it? And so on and so forth. So it's everybody's different. But for the purpose of this video, like I said, I'm just going to give few examples of the symptoms. I believe we mentioned different types earlier on. Now it's about the symptoms of these attacks, how they sort of can affect you. Some also they mention feeling lethargic. Some even change in devotion. It could be bad eating habits. You saw people that they just go off their food and so on and so forth. So people might feel lethargic, loss of energy. Maybe their life force is being drained. Spiritually. Different sort of signs like that. Some even mention if you see odd in your yard or in your compound, you suddenly notice odd jars, powders, bones, remnant of bones, or someone just pouring something, by your car or something, you got to your car, maybe you don't have a drive where you can, even if you have a drive, that doesn't stop it from getting to your compound. You get to your compound, beside your car, if someone is pour some stuff, funny stuff on your car or beside your car or whatever, you can sense that, what is this? You say some people mention there like bones remnants and so on and so forth. So if this resonates with you might want to sit down and try and look into it and take action before it gets worse. Obviously, like some of the symptoms here that we mentioned earlier on, some of them could have an alternative medical reason why you're experiencing them. So in that sense, you could seek medical advice, as in go to your doctor, and try and have that checked out. And once you've done that and the situation persists, then you might want to look in the area of the spiritual aspect of it and see what's happening there. So that is I'm just quickly going to mention solutions here. Like I said at the beginning of this video, that everyone has the different levels of what is it called, spells. You have low one, maybe somebody that could be evil eye. That's as bad as it, or someone just thinking wishing, you just you're looking at you with evil eye. You could use some herbs, or have a bath, or some cases you just need to burn incense and you're fine, or use some soap to bath and stuff like that. Wonderful having you guys here. But we have that's on the low level. But we also have the medium size, whereby that's it's getting serious now. Maybe they've used some sort of to jinx you, something to put to be sick or whatever, or you lost your job. That's getting serious because that's your livelihood. So but then the high one will have a high level of psychic attacks. Now those are the high ones. You're going to need something heavy equally to move them. You see, so that's why some people, when they'll call me and say, Alashola, oh, something has happened to them, and they've used this, they've used that, and and the stuff are still the same way it is. And they'll try, and I will always say to them, it depends on what you've got going with you. You can't just, if obviously you want to start from the low level. You are the only one that know what you're feeling. You're the only one that know what you're going through. You see. So if you use something and the situation is still the same, obviously you can sense that what you got going there is something serious. So you are going to need an heavy duty also to remove it. You see. And that is why some people, they say, oh, so it's not just one size fits all. That okay, is the soap Mr. A low, or the one Mrs. B used, that should remove my own as well? No, because you don't know the one they put on you. It's not gonna be. It might not be the same one, even if you are in the family. That doesn't mean what they put on one person is gonna. No. You might use the soap one person will use, or the oil, or the cream, or whatever it is, or you put this amulet on, it will work for this person. It's not necessarily mean it's going to work for you. Because what you've got may be different from what they've got going. You see. So it's not like oh, it's one size fits all. Everybody's different, you know, and our energy level, our frequency is different also. What will affect the amount of spell they will throw on A. If they throw, that will affect A. If they throw it on B, it may not even move that person, because you don't know the kind of power, you know, they are standing in. You see, you don't know their frequency, the energy, what they've got going. You see, so that's why you can't just say, oh, this person, you would know, you are meant. That's why, because it's you are the one that feeling whatever you're feeling. So you should sit down and take note of these symptoms, when what happened, how it affected you, and in that sense, wherever you go, where you're going to get help, or if it's you that are trying to help yourself DIY, then at least you know what area to target, because you know what you are dealing with. You see, so like I'm going to mention some solutions here for cleansing. Like I said, these are for mild. You know, this you can use this. You can add them up, mild to medium to more serious, high level. But obviously, if what you are going through is serious, I can guarantee you, so you're going to need something much more than that. But here, for just normal one, you might just cleanse yourself with herbs and salt. You look for a lot of, you have a lot of cleansing herbs that you could, you know, get your hands on, and boil it and add some like sea salt. That means you make a herbal bath of it, you know, and then, you know, you wash with them, you light your white candle, you know, that's fire magic for cleansing, for purification. You see, and in some cases, this might move all of, you know, whatever it is that you got going. That can move it off there. Also, you can burn incense such as sage. Sage is really good for cleansing. I love sage. It's really, I love it. I'm in love with the smell also. Sage is lovely. Also, you can, if you are somebody that believes in prayer, you can pray to higher power. It depends on what you believe in. You know, you don't have, it's whatever it is that you know, whatever gods that you know, if you believe in angel, I love angels. Archangel Michael is an angel of protection, and so we have Angel Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and whatnot. You know, so if you are into Orisha like me, you know, we have Shango. Shango is good. We have Oshun. And then if you believe in ancestors, you know, because of their spirits are always with us. That's my belief. So they can show up for you. You obviously you need to call them. You need to invite them. No spirit, no will just come to you anyhow. You have to ask for it. You know, if you ask God, if you want something for God Almighty, you have to ask, isn't it? You know, no, they can't just say, Lola is going through this. Let's go there, and no. You know, you have to ask. So don't forget to ask after you finish your cleansing, and then you do your prayer, and you know, and so on and so forth. We have a lot of protection amulets also that and of notes out there on my website. I have on Alasha Labs and Spiritual. I have I was going to bring them to this presentation, but I forgot. I have one for it's a stone, crystal stone. That's for the house. Very, very high, you know, high protection pack. It's on my website there, Alasha Labs and Spiritual. And also I have a personal pouch there. That's not for house. That's for you to put on yourself wherever you are going, or you might put them beside your bed and you know whatnot. You know, so those are the two I have got on my website. But I do the third one I don't have that there because it's not, that does not apply to everybody. This is for when people are going through high level of psychic attack, when you are being targeted. You know, which is you've used all of this other stuff. You use your sage, you pray, you've done everything, the situation still persists, then obviously what you've got going there is something serious. You call it high level of psychic attack, you know, there. So if that is something like that, you can WhatsApp me, you can on my WhatsApp, you know, and then you know I'll be more than happy to help. You know, we can put that together there for you. It's wonderful to have you guys here. That's what we're going to be talking about here, my beautiful, beautiful people. It's always lovely every time I'm on Malashola, and really lovely people are here. I could see Destin there, wonderful to have you guys here. I could see Sade there, that's my namesake. Justino, lovely have you, beautiful people here. So that's what we are going to be talking about here, my lovely, lovely people. And I'll see you next week. Yeah, it could be my videos now. It could be once a week or once every fortnight. It's just because I'm busy doing other stuff. At the same time, it's always a pleasure coming on Alashola here. And I know because I know I'm going to see you wonderful people. Just before I go, as you guys are aware, that here at Alashola we have our divination tool here, which is Ifa, and which is a lot of people, they are familiar with Ifa. Ifa is all over the world now. It's not only just an Africa thing these days. Santeria, all over the place. Ifa is also like taking over the whole world. Ifa is wonderful. So if you have Ifa here as a divination tool, if you're going through any issue in life and you're seeking clarity or solution, or at a crossroad, give us a call here at Alashola. My WhatsApp number is plus 447480661815. It's going to be at the top or the bottom of this video anyway. Stuff that you can help doing. If you say you're going through stuff like a general life stagnancy, whatever it is you're going through, suddenly stuff are just not moving in the right direction, you're just sort of rooted in one spot, give us a call here at Alashola. You're going through divorce or relationship breakup, we know how that can be. I went through one myself anyway. Somebody that used to love you, that you used to love each other, they suddenly turn to be this enemy that you cannot recognize anymore. If whatever it is that you're going through there, give us a call here at Alashola. If you have court case issue, problem with authority, give us a call here. So every problem there's a solution here, as long as you're still alive. If it's lack of direction, no sense of purpose, you lack motivation, you don't know what next, if I would point you to the right direction, give us a call here at Alashola. If it's issue to do with health issues, mental health problems, addiction or depression, give us a call here. Healing, the universe, everything we need to heal ourselves is already around us here. Some people will say, they don't want to use herb, they don't want to use stones, and they continue to suffer. In that case, that's nothing to do with the universe, because everything that we're going to need to look after ourselves, to be the best version of ourselves, the universe, they've already provided all around us. And so if we fail to make use of them, then it's up to us, isn't it? If it's cases of a career setback, you have problem at a workplace, it could be your boss that's giving you a hard time, your business partner is trying to get one over you, and give us a call here at Alashola. The universe will sort that out. If it's spiritual attack, like what we were talking about in this video today, or adversity, enemy that don't seem to want to leave you alone, it's almost as if they're looking for your blood, give us a call here. The universe will sort them out one way or the other. We have family relation issue, business venture challenges, give us a call here at Alashola. Wonderful having great people here. That's all we're going to be talking about in this video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. I love you guys. I love you, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.